Alright, people. I promised more Transformers reviews, and I'm going to stick to that promise. So this is a continuation of the last one, the Iron Factory Dubhe, or Dube, or whatever it's called, Tarn. The next members of that particular group are Phecda and Mizar, Voss and Kaon. They're, you know, roughly 3-some-odd inches tall. This guy more so when he's lying down because he uses a sniper rifle. You have a sniper, and we have a torture chair. Now, I love this design. I love the designs of these guys. And I'm so happy I have I'm so happy I have a lot of the Iron Factory stuff, because Iron Factory stuff is brilliant. Now, included in the box, which is upstairs, is their instructions and this bit. This is 2 feet, a torso, and a gun, because all 5 members of the Iron Factory DJD can combine into a massive gestalt. I've built him up, and he's bigger than Iron Factory's Bruticus in terms of both overall bulk and height-wise. Now, as I've said, the final combination won't happen until the final video. Also, in that video, I will show you how to break each of the guys down to get them into their armament form. But I'm just going to show you each pit individually. Got the 2 feet, which technically go this way, and they just hook together by this eye-shaped tab here, like so. There is the gun, which is slotted into the back here. I'm not going to take this out. It's slotted into the back, and these tabs here are held in there. Now, all this comes apart, and all this forms bits and bobs of the Gestalt, so we'll get to that when we get to it. But as a display piece, this is the entire bust form. Now, it's like the Bruticus guys that have had their own bust form. Like all the combiner bits had its like weapons rack bust bit. Same thing goes here. It's only the 4 pieces, but it's there. But this comes in with the 2 guys here. I don't have Tarn down here. I have done the transformation correctly, but when we get to the final video, I will show you how the proper vehicle transformation is, and so on and so forth. Anyways, who do I want to start with? I'm going to start with Phecda here, because he is actually quite complex. The first thing you want to do is you want to come here. See, this bit plugs in right there. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And that comes out. Fold that up, send it off to the side. This is all of Phecda by himself. You take the arms, stretch them off to the side. I take that bit, the sight, fold it up, fold down the feet, and next bit you want to break the feet apart, get them full splits. So you want to take this whole section and just get it out of the way. Okay. Next thing you want to do is you want to bring the legs down, rotate them at the thigh, then rotate them again at the knee, so that everything is facing forward. At this point you can bring up his head, just tucked in there. He does let go of his shoulders. Rotate the arm down, the hand around. So you take the hand, pop it off that post, stretch it all the way out, rotate the arm down, rotate it at the ball joint at the elbow, and then turn the hand. The last couple of bits are easy to forget, but they work just like so. His entire backpack folds together, and then you bring these two down along on top of his shoulders. He's very fiddly. And you can either have him holding his gun, which is what I do when he's standing on the shelf. It's gonna fight me tonight, lovely. So he's got that. Or if you don't want him holding anything at the moment, take this peg on his back and this hole on his gun, and you peg it in like that. And that is Phecda, aka Voss, in his robot mode, and he's very tiny, very thin. And I like how he looks. You know, he's very small, and with my big old fists, you know, they don't look big, but they are. You know, he has his issues, but they aren't detrimental. Still a good guy. On to K-On! His is a little more involved. First thing, I'm going to just spread those out. I'll take this down, I'm folding this up. You come to the bottom, you unpeg the treads from here, and you fold all this up. You want to also take the arms and unhook them. And at this point I'm going to spin them around. And then you're going to take these white bits, I'm going to fold them into the back like so. I'm going to fold that into the back. And then you also take the top headrest and you fold that in as well. Okay. Then all you do with the legs is you want to rotate it at the thigh. You want to bring this other piece of tread over like so. It snaps in. And you want to rotate it so it's facing this way so that you can get this foot underneath. This way you still have access to the knee and you don't get the unsightly, and because if you did it this way the ankle would be on the wrong side and the foot would be backwards. So you want it to be facing much like this. Next thing you just do is you rotate the hands at the wrist, and with this whole backpack down you can see his head in there. Now his head has a tab to pull on. I'll show you it right here. That little tab, but it's so weirdly accessible that it doesn't really work, and especially when you don't really have much for fingernails, it doesn't help. Once it's all set, once his head's out, you just push the whole backpack assembly back up onto his back. And that's him. That's K-On. He doesn't come with any weapons. He's not supposed to. At least because he's a scientist first and foremost. So we've got the scientist and we got the sniper. But I know I said that I wouldn't reveal the combined design until the final video. I can tell you who makes what. Now, the feet and the combiner mode feet and arms, they're made by the two big dudes. Tesserus and Helix. If I maneuver things around here on the bust itself, and I move the pieces like so, this is the bust waiting for combination. Now what happens is Tarn will fold up and enter into this cavity here. His gun, his double fusion cannon folds up and goes on these posts. And then this gets another bit, which fills out this. And once he's plugged in, the shoulders come back in and hold on like this. This little piece is stored here on the bust, but actually winds up on his butt in combine mode. So we take that off to the side. And the last bit you have is this. It's literally the same double fusion cannon, but gigantified. And what happens is K-On here folds himself up, grabs onto these two pegs here. That folds down on that. This comes up, that folds down, plugs in like that, and that becomes the arm cannon for the big old bust. Voss here just folds up into his sniper rifle mode and is able to be well wielded by the whole gestalt. For the purpose, of the video, I will do the Gestalt on camera, though it is not comic book accurate. It's not IDW accurate. These are the IDW designs, but it's not accurate. What I'm planning on doing, what I do is, once I finish the video and everything, I'm going to take it apart because I feel like they're better individually than as the Gestalt, just because. I know it's a very silly thing for me to say, but the thing that I don't like is what the fandom has determined the Gestalt's name to be, because it looks like an overgrown tarn. They want us to go back into a meme from a few years ago, the what in Tarnation thing, and just use Tarnation as the Gestalt. I don't like it. I like the Gestalt, but I don't feel it's necessary. So, on the shelf, the individuals sit with the bust pieces hiding out behind. You know, but everyone has their own preferences. This one's just mine. But this is the end of this video. This was IF-EX32 and 33, Phecda and Mizar. Next would be IF-34 and 35, Alkaid and Merak, the Tesserus and Helix analogs. And then, at the end of it all, we will have the Tarnation build, and we'll move on from there. So, keep watching for more content, both Nissan GTR model and Transformer models. And this is Afterburn saying, stay frosty. Good night.